All right, we are here with a special edition of Inside Cultivation. Cannabis Goes Caribbean. There is a big event coming up October 2nd to October 4th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we are here with Bobby, Terrral, Candy, and Kevvian.
I'm SVG Cannabis Limited. Kevin and Terrral are from the Medical Cannabis Association, and I think Candy is from the tourism industry, from our government tourism industry.
Very good to have you on the show today and talk about the event that is coming up. So, the event is called CannaBliss. Tell us all about that, please.
So CannaBliss, it is going to be held from the 2nd to the 5th of October, which is in 2 weeks. It's a huge event that we're going to be featuring not only tours, we're going to be viewing medicinal sites, we're going to be having a huge um, event in the park where persons would come and we'll have conferences. We're gonna have a reggae concert. We're gonna also have an end of a cool down cruise, as I mentioned before. So it's gonna be a huge event. It has taken over the island. We're all excited. Tickets are going fast, and of course, Map will go into depth about more of it in terms of the conferences and so forth.
All right, let's hear about the conference. But first, I got to say, I've been there several times to St. Vincent, and it is a very cannabis-friendly nation. Now, that being said, you do have to respect people, and can't go around the street smoking cannabis. But if you're in your room or out on your patio, it's not going to be an issue. In fact, Bobby and we went to Sandals, and Sandals has a smoking area where they'll allow you to smoke cannabis. So
Yes.
there's a brand new Sandals resort there. They're the best one that they've ever put out. We went through the property, and it's a great location if you want to, for CannaBliss, for you to spend some days there as well.
We are, as you said, Big Mike, we are cannabis friendly country. And before I go on, I really want to extend our appreciation to you,
Thank you.
um, Advanced Nutrients, and the various other companies that you represent. We want to extend our appreciation not just from the Medicinal Cannabis Authority, but the government and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the support that you have given us in building out this industry since 2019. You have supported us in some of our most darkest times when we had the volcanic eruptions in 2021. You and Robert Forde, better known as Bobby Miners, and his company SVG Cannabis Company, and his Bobby's Equipment and Trucking Company, you have collaborated and you have supported the country with fertilizers and so many other things. And here you are today, giving us this opportunity to speak about Silvinso and the festival and your huge platform. And for that, we are grateful and we are appreciative.
Yep.
So I wanted to extend that out first before we dive into Silvinso and cannabis and how we
Sure.
came about with this
Yes.
festival.
First of all, the island, the people are so warm and hospitable there, and again, very open to cannabis. Also, how many islands are in the Grenadines, and the opportunity to grow on those islands? I have to say, I've been around to a few of the islands in the Caribbean, and St. Vincent, what struck me the most, not only the people were so kind and compassionate, but also the soil was the best soil for growing cannabis in. If you want to grow outdoors in greenhouse or indoors, St. Vincent is the place in the Caribbean to do that. I know Jamaica's got some stuff going and some other things, but it's not the same. St. Vincent is the most open to the opportunities and also understanding of what it takes to grow the plant at the highest level.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely correct. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines has had over 50 years of cannabis cultivation, though illegal. And from that advocacy, the advocacy of those traditional cultivators, the Rastafari movement, our government made sure to carve out a special space in the law so that those persons who are stigmatized, who fought for cannabis and who have been telling us for decades that cannabis does have medicinal benefits, our government made sure to carve out a space so that they could obtain a license. And thus far, we have issued licenses to over 100 traditional cultivators and persons from the Rastafari movement. And at CannaBliss, at the Grand Reggae Concert, we have been intentional. We have gone further to make sure that those persons get free entry into the Grand Reggae Concert that will feature Beenie Man and Spragga Benz. So they will get free entry and they will be able to go to the conferences for free. They will be able to get an exhibition booth at a very, very subsidized cost. I think is half the price that we will have to pay the vendors for the tent. So we are intentional, and there will also be a traditional cultivators village that will incorporate the Rastafari movement, not just cannabis products, but the way of life of the Rastafari movement and the traditional cultivators, the clothing, the food. They have been telling us for years to eat natural food and to protect the body because the body is like the temple and you have to protect it at all costs to ensure that you remain healthy. So we want to, I mean, the word is showcase, but we want to show off, you know, um, show off the traditional cultivators, show off the Rastafari movement and the culture, and you will see the Germany. We will turn it up. We have something in store for
We do.
cannabis, and I don't want to get into that excitement yet. I allow you to ask the questions, and we will get into that.
All right. For one, I want to talk about the catamaran cruise because I was on that and I saw some of the most beautiful islands and beautiful water and beaches when I was on that crew. There was water that was so bright and iridescent blue. It was so beautiful. I can recall that like I was there yesterday. And the island is so beautiful. Everyone who's in thinking about doing something, having maybe a little vacation while you're learning, having fun while you're working, this would be a great place to go and to discover, especially how open you are and the regulations are to growing cannabis, whether it's outdoors or greenhouse or indoors, that you are wide open and it is a beautiful island for anyone who's thinking about going into business, doing it there. Also, there's just a lot of opportunity for also, we know that some European countries are also looking at St. Vincent because of the diversity in genetics from the past, that a lot of like lamb's bread and some of these other strains that are very, very interesting that are picking up a lot of interest in Europe as well. So that's exciting.
The experience you just shared with the catamaran cruise.
Yes.
I mean, you described it perfectly, and that's the experience we will be giving to our visitors, our
Yeah.
locals, as we call one of the said Grenadine Islands. We have 32 Grenadine Islands and Keys, and we would just be taking our visitors, our patrons, to one of these islands, but for sure they will enjoy as we journey along.
Big Mike actually got to see probably a matter of fact, he saw all of them. He went all the way down to our last islands, being Union Island, Mopian, and PSV. A matter of fact, we went almost to Carriacou and came
Wow.
back up. Where he, when we got back up, we went to Union Island at the Conch Shell Island, right? And we came off and had a couple of drinks and stuff like that. So he had the full experience. Hence the reason why he's so in love with the island. You know what I mean?
I it's
Could
beautiful.
imagine.
So, who's going to be on the main stage performing? Who's going to be there?
Well, the Grand Reggae Concert, we call it, is a high energy celebration of Caribbean music and culture. We'll feature both locals because we don't want to exclude all locals, right? We have very talented local artists that we are excited to perform on such a grand arena for us as an island, and you never know. Some might be lucky, one or two, performing with the greatness of Beenie Man and Spragga Benz, and there might even be another surprise.
Oh,
And it's the perfect way to close out the festival while experience this authentic celebration. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Beanie Man, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a reggae artist that has surpassed the Caribbean. So he's basically won awards. I think he won a Grammy and he's been nominated for a few. He has hits after hits after hits. Spragga Benz as well. He's a well-known Jamaican artist, but have ventured off into the United States. And so St. Vincent is excited. It's a way of bringing everyone together. I mean, who doesn't know a Beanie song?
Both of them are internationally acclaimed artists. Spragga Benz was actually a part of the Shutters. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people know that old Jamaican movie Shutters. Spragga Benz was one of the main actors when he was younger in that movie. So they're two top, as I said, internationally acclaimed artists. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's okay. I know you're excited too, and I hope you're gonna be there. Well, I know you're gonna be there. Let me just.
I'm going to try very, very, very hard to be there. Absolutely. I may not be able to stay for all the days, but I'll be there for a couple of days.
Okay,
I'll be off.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
So that's about it. It's gonna be a high, vibrant energy day, especially on that day. Tickets are really going fast, and we really want to encourage patrons to get it. Even if you're looking at this abroad, you can go online. You can give them the website, and they can purchase. You can book your flights, get your accommodations. I'm sure you'll get some sort of accommodation that would suit you, and come and enjoy.
So let's talk about accommodations. There's Young Island, which is a good island. I've been there myself, stayed there. Very nice. And now you have Sandals as well. People can call Sandals and can book into Sandals. And the area where you're having the show is probably, 20 minutes away from Sandals or so. And it's just a beautiful island. It's laid back. It's not overdeveloped like some of the other tourist spots are.
Right.
You've got other great islands if people want to hang out. There's Mystique. There's a Catamaran where I believe there's a Mandarin Oriental on the island as well, and there's just a lot of islands. I'm curious if someone said that they want to start an indoor facility on one of the other islands, is that legal, or does it specifically have to be in St. Vincent's, or where can they set up operations?
I mean, all the islands, they are different. They have their own set of rules, their own set of management framework. Like Mustique Company, for instance, is managed by the Mustique. Mustique, for instance, is managed by a Mustique company. Um, Palm Island is managed by a different entity. All of them have rules, so it's something that we will have to look at on a case by case basis. And some of them may not have the conditions to allow for to facilitate growth, because the islands with you know they have the beauty, they have the ecosystem and so forth, but in untouched beauty, but in terms of infrastructure that will allow operation to be efficient, it's really mainland Stevenson. But those islands, what they bring is and the retail end, because they attract so many tourists, so many visitors. That's where they bring the benefit. Before burial, we had consumption lounges, and we still have them. They have been rebuilt. We had consumption lounges in Yunnan Island, Kanawan, Bequia, and they were doing really well. Some of them were doing better than some of the consumption lounges and mainland Simvinsu. So to speak about the industry and positioning, those islands are better suited for retail dispensing. And to talk about accommodation, I know you mentioned sandals and so forth. We have Love You, which is really the cannabis hotel. They have been very, very, very supportive. Very Peter Edwards, he's excellent, excellent, very
Close.
supportive of us with cannabis. Um, that hotel
That's where
is fully
Big Mike
booked.
actually stayed the last time.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
where
a
you
great
stayed.
place. Great place. It goes. Yeah, they even have a
Yes.
restaurant on the beach there. Oh,
And we recommend booking flights and accommodations early, in preparation to come. So if you're watching now, we would say book now,
Yes.
and get prepared to fly in.
And we have Holiday Inn too.
Yes,
oh,
Holiday
that's
Inn,
right. You built
brand
that new
new.
brand
Holiday Inn.
new.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it opened, I think was November last year, brand new, at
Mm-hmm.
about 91, 93 rooms. I met with the management team this morning, and bookings for the room is going. They are very excited, and they are so excited that the manager told me that she is reducing the rate even further to
Wow,
accommodate persons coming for cannabis. So Love You and Holiday Inn, those are the two hotels
friendly.
that really
What was
working
the
with us.
first
But
one? I'm sorry. The first
sorry,
one. The
Love
first one.
you. Love.
Love You
Love you. Oh, love you. Yeah, of course.
hotel.
Love you. Yes. 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 And then the Holiday Inn, is that a Holiday Inn Express or is that a Holiday Inn? Yeah.
Holiday Inn
And it's
Yes,
Express,
and it's
correct.
brand new. I know when I went by there for the last time I was there, then boom, there's a brand new Holiday Inn, and they
brand new.
finished the
Brand new
sandals, and
hotel.
it's quite exciting what's going on the island right now.
Very exciting. All the hotels, the others are coming on stream. They were very helpful last year, and they are offering the discounts to enable cannabis. One of the things that we enjoy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, from the long history of stigma with cannabis, all the entities are just breaking through that stigma and saying, hey, we are going to give you the full support.
Yes.
You know, you're
Definitely.
seeing the boldness from the hotels, you're seeing the boldness from the police, you're seeing the boldness
Pharmacy.
from the pharmacies, from the cabinet, from the medical practitioners. I mean, we enjoy, that's what makes it easy for us as regulators. Everybody is the Bureau of Standards who sponsored cannabis, the Ministry of Agriculture, which is our
Yes.
parent ministry, the Ministry of Tourism, the permanent secretary, the Tourism Authority, um, is just so much support, and we are so grateful for that support. I hope I didn't miss out anybody
No.
name, but all who have supported us, including the National Lotteries Authority, all the entities are just on board, and very the CDC Carnival Development Corporation, all the entities are just pushing with us because this cannabis event is bigger than the MC. It's huge. Um, I want to report, and I'm pleased to report here that we will be welcoming delegations from every single Caribbean island, from Anguilla, Antigua, Barbados, Bermuda, Bahamas, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Jamaica, Grenada, Guadeloupe, delegation persons from the United States of America, from Canada, from Europe. Huge delegations are coming in, and those delegations go as high up as ministers of government responsible for cannabis, permanent secretaries. They are coming in. We are working with foreign affairs to make sure that the process at the airport is smooth and seamless. We are actually at foreign affairs now. We are going to meet with the permanent secretary now. We are going to work with the agencies that have vehicles to make sure that the ground transportation is there, that the
Seamless.
hospitality is not 100%. We want the hospitality to be 1,000%. So we are pushing, and all those agencies of government are very supportive. Our board of directors very supportive, and so we are pushing to make this thing an experience like no other.
Right. I want to talk about how good the soil is at St. Vincent because I've been around a bunch of Caribbean islands, and what people have to realize is some of these Caribbean islands are built on coral, and coral is extremely alkaline, and alkalinity is the enemy of cannabis. Where in St. Vincent, you don't have that because you've got that big volcano and it spews every once in a while. You've got this beautiful, rich soil that doesn't have alkalinity problems and it's ready to go. And so on the island of St. Vincent, you have a full-blown medical program. You're ready to go. If someone wants to go on one of the other islands, it's a case-by-case basis. But there's nothing like growing cannabis in paradise. And St. Vincent is absolute paradise. And very low crime, very nice people. I can't say enough good things about SVG. and how I've been treated and through the years being with you folks. So thank you for
It's,
that.
it's absolutely good to hear about your experiences, and it shows and pushes persons to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines from October 2nd to the
To
5th
the
for
5th.
CannaBliss
Yeah.
SVG.
Yeah, I made a
As
mistake. I thought it was the 4th, but it's the 5th.
It's
So even an extra day of fun. Okay, so people who want to go to this, how do they? Where's the website that they can go to find out all the information on CannaBliss?
the website is CannaBliss svg.gov.vc, where they
Okay.
can register for attending the festival.
Yes.
And just for some information, for the first 2 days, the second and the third, we will be having our conferences and panels. We'll also be having our expos, where we'll be having our traditional cultivators as well as the Rastafari community
Yes.
showcasing their varying cultures, their varying traditions, their varying products, services, and the like. And then on the 4th, which would be this Saturday, October 4th, we would be doing our tours to the medicinal cannabis facilities and farms. And in the night, as described by Candy, we will be having our Grand Reggae Concert. And then, as Candy rightly described, we will be cooling it down with the scenic catamaran cruise to Beckwith. And
and
as you described, it is one no one will want to miss. It is one they will want to experience.
Yes.
We want them to
experience,
have that
yes.
same experience you had.
I also want to say that there's a full blown testing facility there that's got every single thing that you could possibly need for testing cannabis. So the island is ready to go.
When during the tour, you're also getting to experience the island itself. So we would have the opportunity to show you around this beautiful island, the landscape. You can stop and have maybe a corn on the side of the road, experience island life. So it's not just let me take you to the farm. We want to take you on an experience.
Very nice, very nice. Uh, what else do I want to touch base on? So we've talked about where the website is. We'll put that up on the screen. It's October 2nd through the 5th. Uh, Anything else that we missed that people should know
Flight
about?
from Miami to
Oh,
St.
flights,
Vincent.
yes. The best
Yeah.
place to come out is like you said, fly out of Miami.
Miami, New York. There is Air Canada flight coming out from Canada, Virgin Atlantic coming from the UK to support the Europeans. You know what I mean? And as I said, it's a 3 hour flight from Miami. It's a stone throw away.
Yeah. And by the way, there should be a lot of people from Europe coming into St. Vincent. There's a lot of opportunity there. By the way, St. Vincent also is allowed to ship out to different European countries. You have a special designation there as well. So that's very, very helpful as well. If people are deciding that they want to go to St. Vincent and open up business, you have a clear pathway to Germany and a few of the other countries.
Yes, we just the airport, the Argyle International Airport, just achieved that important certification that allows for cargo to be shipped to Europe, and that's a huge achievement. And I want to use this platform to congratulate the AIA, excellent staff at AIA
Yeah.
Congrats.
for the certification. As you speak to soil, I mean you touched it, but I wanted um, Robert Forde, if he could just speak to the soil better from his own experience, because he is one of the leading producers of medicinal cannabis in St.
Yes,
Vincent.
he is.
If he could speak to the soil.
So
Well, Big Mike actually went to my farm, and as you know, the as Big Mike said, the volcanic soil in St. Vincent is more on the acidic side versus the alkaline side, which is beneficial for cannabis, right? And it's one of the best in the Caribbean. I don't think that anyone else could match our soil. We have perfect soil. Obviously would have different things that we would have to do to make things right, as anywhere else in the world. But our soil is one of the best soils in the entire world.
and and plenty of water.
There's a river that runs just beside my farm in particular. Well, not in particular, just beside many of the farms in St. Vincent, because we're probably second in the Caribbean, I believe, for rivers after Dominica.
Really, second
Yeah,
for rivers. Very nice.
What will give you excellent product from our experience is when you add that with the advanced nutrients. And once
Thank
you
you for
add
that. Yeah.
the
number
cultivation
one.
with advanced nutrients. And Bobby, you could speak to that because you are the one who is experienced. But from our side as a MC, those persons who are given those products, from the experiment, from the research, the reviews from using those products have been excellent, to say the least. Excellent, you know. So we know from that experience that because you could have the land, you could have the water, you could have the labor force, but if you want to achieve high quality cultivation, in terms of products, you have to have the high quality fertilizer to back that.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad. I'm glad you mentioned that because Advanced Nutrients full line of our products are on the island. What that also means, you have access to our ACT team, Advanced Commercial Team. These guys are the best of the best, and they are there on the island any time that you need their help. We fly them in, and they are there. And these guys are the best of the best in the world at what they do. Couldn't be prouder of them.
So I like to add something to this. When we had our volcanic eruption in 2021, I, being a cannabis connoisseur slash farmer slash businessman, and all of the above, I reached out to Big Mike via social media. I didn't even really expect such a response, and Big Mike donated over 200,000 US dollars worth of fertilizers, lights, fans. A matter of fact, he went all out. He air freighted them in at a cost of almost 80,000 US just to get them here fast. And he went all out. He did a big media push. He actually even made an ad that with Big Bud on the beaches, on the beach of Mopian Island, which is just a sand island in the Grenadines. Um, yeah, remember that. So I reached out to Big Mike, and within the space of a week of me and him talking, he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna, because I asked him really to post our country being one of the biggest cannabis countries in the Caribbean. A matter of fact, we are per capita the largest producer over the years of cannabis. And the only other person, the only other country that could compete with us on that level is Jamaica. And within a week, Big Mike told me, listen, I'm not gonna, post you guys. I'm gonna actually make a donation. I'll be the first to donate. And he made a huge donation to the country, and he spread the word about St. Vincent from that day. And it's not stopped up to now. He actually made me his regional distributor for all advanced nutrients products throughout the entire Caribbean. All right, so it's a huge thing that he did for us, and he's given all of us some opportunities, including myself, and continually so.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was
Appreciate you, brother.
very easy to do. You guys were in a lot of pain. The volcano had just erupted. Everything was covered in ash. I knew that realized the cannabis farmers were in deep pain, and so we're glad that we were able to help out and make a difference in their lives.
Appreciate it, brother.
I'm happy that you're able to push the word about our, I would say it's a tragedy in a way, but it brought our country together. But we would want you to continue to push the word about cannabis.
Of course, we will. That's what we're doing today. Absolutely, about CannaBliss, October 2nd through the 5th. By the way, what does it cost for the 5 day for the 4 day event? What are the ticket prices and all that?
So for the second and the third, the cost is 20 US dollars.
That's wow. That's very
The
reasonable.
Very.
Yeah.
very, very reasonable. So that's why we're encouraging folks to journey to St. Vincent. and then they can experience the tours for $40. And that
That's it to
again,
go on the catamaran. $40 you're charging for
not,
wow.
No,
Oh,
not the
the tour.
catamaran, the
oh,
tours,
the
the
Of the
tours.
tours.
park.
Tours.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
yes, the catamaran is $100.
That's a great price. You guys have put together one hell of a program, so it's going to be a lot of fun down there.
So
Yes.
there is a lot to get for your buck.
And again, how do people go to the website to find out more information about CannaBliss and St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
The concert tickets are 80. We just before we go into the
Okay.
where you could purchase, we are completely sold out on the early bird, so we're focused on the
Regular.
regular tickets, $80.
Okay.
That would be about
Pretty easy.
EC, which is 30 US, basically.
Tour, the catamaran, the thing, it's less than a couple $100.
Just know that regular tickets are also going fast, so we'll be moving to our advanced tickets, which are 100 Eastern Caribbean dollars, which is around, I believe, 40,
35.
35, 45 US.
Either way, it's a great price point. Everybody should go down there and enjoy CannaBliss. Thank you very much for your time today, and we will get
Thank you,
this
Vic.
out because it's only a couple of weeks away. So thank you.
Thank you, Big
I
Mike.
appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Bobby.
Thank you.
All
We
right,
hope to see you
take
at
care.
CannaBliss.
I'll
Yes.
see you down there in October.